Top 10 foods that cause mucus you need to avoid. Did you know that the average human body produces about 1.5 liters of mucus per day? That's enough to fill a large soda bottle. Mucus is a thick, sticky substance that lines your nose, throat, lungs, and digestive tract. It's not a bad thing, in fact, it's essential for your health. It helps trap and remove foreign particles, bacteria, viruses, and allergens from your body. It also lubricates and protects your tissues from irritation and inflammation. However, sometimes mucus can become too thick and excessive, which can be a big problem. It can clog your airways, make it hard to breathe, and cause coughing, sneezing, sore throat, and sinus infections. So what causes excess mucus production? Well, there are many factors such as allergies, infections, smoking, pollution, and stress. But one of the most overlooked and common causes is the foods that you eat. Yes, some foods can trigger your body to produce more mucus than necessary, resulting in unpleasant symptoms and health issues. In this video, we will reveal the top 10 foods that cause mucus in your body and why you should avoid them or limit them as much as possible. And at the end, you will learn how you can get rid of excess mucus naturally if you already have it. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 1. Eggs. Eggs are a staple food for many people, but they also contain a protein called albumin, which can trigger an immune response in some people who are allergic or sensitive to it. When your immune system detects this protein, it produces antibodies, which are substances that fight off invaders. These antibodies then attach to cells called mast cells, which are found in your mucous membranes. Mast cells release histamine and other chemicals that cause inflammation, itching, and mucus secretion. This is why some people experience nasal congestion, sneezing, coughing, and wheezing after eating eggs. But don't worry, not everyone reacts to eggs the same way. Some people can tolerate them well and enjoy their health benefits, such as protein, iron, and vitamin B12. If you're not sure whether eggs affect your mucus levels, you can try an experiment. In a study conducted in 2012, researchers asked participants to eat 2 eggs every day for 6 weeks and then measured their mucus production using a device called a peak expiratory flow meter. They found that egg consumption increased mucus production by about 10% on average compared to a control group that ate no eggs. So you could try eating eggs for a few weeks and see how you feel. Do you notice any changes in your breathing, coughing, or mucus secretion? If yes, then you may want to cut back on eggs. If no, then you may be fine with them. Number 2. Coffee. You may think that coffee is your best friend when you need a boost of energy, but did you know that it can also increase your mucus production? Coffee is a diuretic, which means that it makes you lose water, which makes mucus more sticky and harder to cough out. But wait, there's more. Coffee can also weaken the muscles that prevent stomach acid from flowing back into your esophagus. This condition is called acid reflux, and it can cause heartburn, chest pain, and more mucus production. When stomach acid reaches your throat, it can trigger more inflammation and mucus secretion. So if you want to reduce mucus and breathe easier, you may want to cut down on coffee or switch to decaf. Number 3. Bananas. That's right, the yellow fruit that you enjoy so much may have some unexpected effects on your respiratory system. Bananas are rich in a chemical called histamine. Histamine is a natural substance that your body produces when it encounters an allergen, such as pollen, dust, or animal dander. Histamine helps your body get rid of the allergen by causing inflammation, itching, sneezing, and yes, mucus secretion. But here's the catch. Some foods, like bananas, contain histamine themselves. So when you eat a banana, you are adding more histamine to your system, which can trigger more mucus production. This is especially true if you have a low tolerance or sensitivity to histamine, or if you have a cold or flu. In these cases, your body may already have too much histamine, and eating a banana can make it worse. This can lead to symptoms such as nasal congestion, throat discomfort, and difficulty breathing. So what does this mean for you? Well, it depends on your individual situation. If you have a histamine intolerance or allergy, or if you are sick with a respiratory infection, you may want to avoid or limit your banana intake. This can help prevent excess mucus production and ease your symptoms. Before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more videos like this. Number 4. Dairy products. You may love your milk, cheese, yogurt, and ice cream, but they may not love you back. Dairy products are known to increase the production and secretion of mucus in your respiratory and digestive systems. But how and why does this happen? Well, dairy products contain a protein called casein, which is hard to digest and can trigger an inflammatory response in your body. This causes your body to produce more histamine, which is the chemical that increases mucus secretion and congestion. Dairy products also stimulate the production of a hormone called IGF-1, which is linked to excess mucus and inflammation in your lungs. In addition, some people are allergic or intolerant to lactose, which is the sugar in milk, which can cause digestive issues and mucus buildup. If you suffer from excess mucus, you may want to avoid or limit dairy products as much as possible. Number 5. White bread. Do you love eating white bread? If you do, you might want to think twice before you grab another slice. White bread is made from refined wheat flour, which contains gluten. Gluten is a protein that can trigger an immune response in some people, especially those with a gluten intolerance or celiac disease. When your immune system reacts to gluten, it produces inflammation and mucus in your gut, lungs, and sinuses. But that's not all. White bread also contains a lot of sugar and salt, which can dehydrate your body and make your mucus thicker and harder to expel. This thick mucus can block your airways and increase your risk of infections and complications. So if you want to reduce mucus and breathe better, you may want to skip the white bread and choose whole grain bread instead. Whole grain bread contains more fiber, vitamins, and minerals, which can help regulate your blood sugar levels, support your digestion, and reduce inflammation and mucus. Doesn't that sound like a better option? Number 6. Red meat. Red meat is one of the worst foods that can increase mucus because it contains a lot of protein and fat, which are both hard to digest. When your body tries to break down these nutrients, it creates more waste products, which can irritate your mucous membranes and cause more mucus to be secreted. Red meat can also trigger an allergic reaction in some people, especially those with a sensitivity to animal proteins. When your body detects an allergen, it releases histamine, the chemical that causes itching, swelling, and mucus secretion. Histamine can also constrict your airways and make it harder for you to breathe. So, if you want to reduce mucus and breathe easier, you may want to limit your consumption of red meat or choose leaner cuts or organic options. Number 7. Sugar. Do you love sugar? I bet you do. But it is also one of the worst foods that can increase mucus production because it feeds the bacteria and fungi that live in your mouth and throat. These microorganisms can cause infections, inflammation, and excess mucus secretion. Other than that, sugar can make your mucus thicker and less watery, which reduces its ability to trap and remove foreign particles, and also makes it harder to cough it out. Sugar can also alter the composition and structure of the glycans, which are types of sugars in mucus that fight bacteria. For instance, sugar can reduce the diversity and complexity of the glycans, which makes them less effective at taming the bacteria. So how can you prevent sugar from messing up your mucus? One way is to eat less sugar, of course. Another way is to eat more foods that contain natural mucins, which are the proteins that carry the glycans. Mucins can help restore the water content and lubrication of your mucus, as well as the patterns of glycans that the bacteria recognize. Some foods that are rich in mucins are okra, chia seeds, flax seeds, and seaweed. Number 8. Soy. You may be surprised to learn that soy is also one of the foods that can increase mucus production in your body. So how is that possible? Isn't soy supposed to be a healthy and plant-based alternative to dairy and meat? Well, not exactly. Soy contains a type of protein called lectin, which can bind to the cells that line your digestive tract and cause inflammation and irritation. This can trigger your immune system to produce more mucus as a way of protecting your tissues from damage. Lectins can also interfere with the absorption of other nutrients, such as calcium, iron, and zinc, which are essential for your immune system and mucus regulation. So is soy really bad for you? Well, not necessarily. It all depends on the type, amount, and quality of soy that you consume. For example, whole soybeans, which contain more fiber, antioxidants, and minerals, are better for your mucus than soy protein isolate, which is mostly stripped of these beneficial components. Number 9. Fast food. Fast food is one of the worst offenders when it comes to mucus-causing foods. Fast food is usually high in fat, salt, sugar, and additives, which can all irritate your airways and cause inflammation. Fast food also contains dairy products such as cheese, cream, and butter, which are known to thicken mucus and make it harder to clear. Some fast food items, such as burgers, hot dogs, and pizza, also contain processed meats, which are high in histamine, the chemical that can increase mucus secretion. So try to avoid fast food altogether and opt for healthier choices, such as fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. Number 10. Cheese. Cheese is not only high in fat and calories, but also in casein, the type of protein that can trigger mucus production. Casein is difficult to digest and can form clumps in your stomach and intestines. These clumps can irritate your mucous membranes and cause them to secrete more mucus as a way of protecting themselves from damage. Cheese is also a high histamine food, which means it can trigger an immune response in some people. So if you suffer from excess mucus or respiratory problems, you might want to limit your cheese intake and see if it makes a difference. Of course, you don't have to give up cheese completely unless you are allergic or intolerant to it. So these are the top 10 foods that cause mucus in your body. By avoiding or limiting these foods, you can reduce mucus production and improve your breathing. But what if you already have excess mucus? How can you get rid of it naturally? Well, here are some tips that can help you. Number 1. Drink plenty of water and fluids, such as herbal tea, broth, or juice, to hydrate your body and thin your mucus. Number 2. Eat more mucus-reducing foods, such as ginger, pineapple, turmeric, garlic, onions, and apple cider vinegar. You can also try peppers, citrus fruits, watermelon, leafy greens, and omega-3 fatty acids. Number 3. Use a humidifier or a steam inhalation to moisten your airways and loosen your mucus. Number 4. Gargle with warm salt water or apple cider vinegar to soothe your throat and clear your mucus. Number 5. Use a nasal saline spray or a neti pot to flush out your sinuses and reduce mucus. Number 6. Take a hot shower or bath to relax your muscles and open your airways. Number 7. Cough or blow your nose gently and regularly to expel your mucus. These are some of the natural ways to get rid of mucus in your body. Now we want to hear from you. Do you eat some of these foods regularly? Do they actually increase your mucus production? Share with us your experiences and opinions in the comments below. We love to hear them. Thanks for watching.